So, my sources tell me that the iced gingerbread oat chai latte, which is a brand new product at Starbucks, is out. So, we're gonna make it. And we'll start first by making the gingerbread spice. So, let's take a look at that. So, there's a bunch of spices here. The most important ones are gonna be the ginger and the cinnamon. So, we'll do a 1-to-1 ratio of cinnamon and the ground ginger. Then a touch of ground green cardamom, a tablespoon of our nutmeg, about a teaspoon each of white pepper and black pepper. And I just enjoy that feeling that black pepper gives you in a nice tea-based drink. Then we have touches of cloves and allspice, just a tiny bit. They're very strong. And that's about it. Now it's just a game of mixing. Now that the spice is done, let's make a quick gingerbread syrup. So for this gingerbread syrup, we're going to need equal parts of water and brown sugar. Now I am basing this off of my brown sugar syrup recipe, except it will have a couple more things added on. So we have our molasses here, and the molasses kind of helps add like almost a honey like sweetness. It's very grounded and earthy. I'm gonna let this mixture now just heat up, start to steam just enough for that sugar to dissolve with the water. And it feels like it's basically dissolved now. And at that point, you can add in our spice, our gingerbread spice that we made earlier. I'm going to add just shy of a tablespoon. And then some vanilla extract. That is the mix. And of course, you can adjust the sweetness and the amount of gingerbread spice you want in there. So taste it, adjust it. Be careful, let it cool down first. And now that the syrup is ready, let's make our tea. Now I am making my ginger milk tea. I really love this recipe, and that is one of the teas that I would drink when I was sick and my throat was sore. So the full recipe with all tips and tricks are linked below, but essentially you want to combine some mashed ginger with some water in a saucepan and then bring that up to a boil. Boiling that ginger with the water really helps to infuse that awesome flavor into the tea. What you want to look for is for the color of the water to change. It's going to turn slightly yellow from the ginger, and when you get that, then add in your tea. You only have to brew your tea for 2 to 3 minutes, but while that's happening, keep an eye. You don't want that tea to boil over. And after the tea has brewed and boiled in that water, add in your crushed cardamom pods. And all these things just adds a lot of flavor and fragrance into your tea. And then just add in your sugar. Again, you can use whatever sweetener you want in however many quantities as you want. I'm also going to add in some vanilla again in this. Just give that all a quick mix, and then we can add in our milk. Now we just need to wait for this tea to come up to a simmer, and the tea is ready. You want to make sure that you filter the tea. I'm going to just do that quickly in this big measuring cup to make pouring easy later on. And then after the tea, we have our final element. Now, you may seem intimidated. How am I going to make all of these elements before enjoying my tea? It just takes way too long. Well, ideally you would do it once over the weekend. So you have a jar of the gingerbread syrup, you have your gingerbread spice already prepared. So then all you have to do is add these elements in your regular tea or chai that you enjoy and just make some cold foam, which you're about to make right now. And that's very simple, just a mixture of heavy cream, milk, and some of our syrup. And we want to froth it and whisk it up until it kind of resembles soft whipped cream, in the sense that when you kind of lift the top of it, it's really nice, foamy and light. So once you get this texture, then add in your gingerbread spice and mix it all one more time until it's frothy and it looks just like this. And before you know it, my special delivery of the Starbucks version of this drink is here. Thanks. Now to make your version, add a couple tablespoons of your gingerbread syrup. Now that's going to affect how strong the flavor is going to be and the level of sweetness. So just use some, try it, and next time you know what to do, more or less. Then add in your tea. I'm just going to fill it to the halfway point, and then a couple of ice cubes go in there, and then we have that foam. You can see how nice and soft and creamy that looks. Just going to use a spoon to top that over the ice cubes, and then a final sprinkle of the gingerbread spice. And at the end, what you're going to get is something like this. Now, they both look amazing. This one, of course, is a bit more diluted, clearly, because I made some real Indian tea or chai for this, and I can't wait to have it. Now, I'm going to take a sip of this because this is going to the person behind the camera, and I'll have to have the Starbucks version. So let's take a look. I'm excited to enjoy the flavor of the tea with all these other things that I've added. Wow, that's good. Let's compare. Again, I just like mine more. I taste the tea more and the pepper that we added. I feel that, and that's what's so cool about this drink. Now, the Starbucks version does use oat milk as the base, but I'm not a big fan of that, so I'm using regular milk in my drink. And also, for some reason, when placing the order, they put pumpkin spice over the top, even though this is a gingerbread latte. So, well, we're having a more authentic version at home. If you like this, then you like another winter drink. So try my caramel brulee latte.